Time Traveler's Dilemma. 9:58 p.m. It was the same rainy night as had been for past 1000 times. I know there will be a knock on the door in just about 2 minutes from now. It is supposed to happen. Yet here I was pacing in my living room. I know that person shall come barging through my front door. I have lived this moment so many times, but I am still getting butterflies in my stomach. I have this universe to roam, and here I am trying to live this moment again and again, hoping in some version the outcome is different. Maybe I should end it. 10 p.m. There is that knock on the door. I know who's there. I want to jump from my chair and rush to open the door, but I won't do that. I will take my time to not give the impression that I was waiting for their arrival. There is that second knock. I will make small announcement, ask to spare a minute, just to give me an impression that I was sleeping and the noise woke me up. 10:01 p.m. I pretended to drag myself to the door and giving the best impression of being woken up abruptly. I opened the door. There she is standing, perturbed, all drenched in rain, her soaked pink dress sticking to her body, and I can't control myself but notice her shape and her natural curves. Just like that, the thought of ending this time loop vanished. A sudden surge of grabbing and kissing her rushed through my mind, like I was only welcoming her after a tiresome working day. I can't do that because for her, we are still strangers. Unlike me, who knows she is going to hug me tightly just about any moment now. She took few steps inside, stood very close to me, waited for a second. I was ready. I was ready to be hugged tightly over for the 1000th of the time. She wrapped her arms around me and pressed me deeply. I have felt her body so many times, and each time it was a new feeling. She was crying. Despite her best effort to hide, I could still feel her. She kept standing, wrapped onto each other for a minute. 10:02 p.m. I felt her sobbing heartbeat, and out of nowhere I said to her, "Don't cry, everything will be alright." Why did I do that? I thought to myself. In all of these nights, I have always pretended to be the stranger who loves her, just never had the guts to admit it. Not this time. This night was going to be different. I could feel that. She wiped her tears and looked at me with a question in her eyes. I was in uncharted waters now. Didn't know what was going to happen next. She looked at me and said, "What do you mean everything will be alright? How do you know what happened?" I was speechless. I stuttered. I thought, she said, "I don't know why I'm here. I just thought I want to be with you right now. My parents met an accident." Ah, that's something I know. Maybe I can still stay the night into its usual routine, I thought. "Don't worry, they will be fine," I said to her. "You're not a good liar," she replied and hugged me tightly. I knew they will not be seeing the light of the day, but I can't break her heart. "I don't want you to say anything, just be with me," she whispered. I was getting anxious now. This is not how the night usually goes. She is supposed to tell me that she knew that I glanced at her every possible occasion, but when she noticed I would flee, I held her, not saying anything, just absorbing the moment. 10:04 p.m. "So you always knew," I blurted. "Yes, I knew," she replied with a face buried in my chest. "I'm sorry for your parents. I wish I could do something," I said. I was lying. I could save her parents. She gave me a puzzled look. I don't know why, but I thought I should tell her that she won't be seeing her parents in the morning. Maybe it's time to give a new direction to this night. And I did that. Maybe I could do something about them, I said. You fool, I cursed myself. What? Why did I have to say that? Her eyebrows squirmed, and then that puzzled look became inquisitive. What do you mean you could do something about them? She said. I looked into her eyes and said, there might be a chance you won't be seeing them in the morning. They will be no more. She loosened her grip on me and took a step back. How can you say something like this? I thought I could come to you and have some peace. How are you so sure I won't be seeing them in the morning? You don't even know what has happened, she said. I took a deep breath and narrated everything that had happened to her parents, like it was an eyewitness account. I told her why it was nobody's fault, neither her father's nor the truck driver's who crashed into their car. I tried to convince her now how I have lived every possible scenario but couldn't save them in any of them. I tried to explain to her how could I do that. I showed her things which she thought mysteriously disappeared: a nosepin, an ear stud, even an eraser which she had when she was in school. I was risking everything. What would she think of me? Some lunatic? She stood there listening to everything, looking at me in disbelief. 10:15 p.m. After a minute of silence, which felt like an eternity, she said, my parents won't make it through the night? I nodded. And you say you can prevent this? She continued. I nodded again. So why aren't you? Don't you love me? It seems like you are stalking me forever. Tell me, has this happened before? This night, me and you here standing and talking? She shouted. Yes, I said in a fearful voice. I didn't know what was going to happen next. Never had the guts to live this scenario before. Exactly how many times and have you been manipulating me? Taking advantage of me? She said. Her voice became angrier. 1,000 times. And I have never taken advantage of you. Not even once. I replied. I think she felt the disappointment in my voice. Come here, you fool, she said and hugged me. We have been doing this for 1,000 nights? What happens at dawn? She asked with an astonished look. It starts all over again, I replied. But why to repeat it over and over? Why not just let it flow? She asked. Because I don't want to lose you, I said. So you keep living this with utter disregard towards my feeling? She said in a firm voice. I kept silent. She raised herself on her toes and kissed me. I got confused, didn't know what to do. She grabbed my hands, which until then were firmly apart from each other, taking every precaution not to touch her. She placed them on her rear. She did the same with mine and started pressing them towards her. I still didn't know what to make of it, but I said to myself, what the hell, just go with the flow. Gradually, both of us were pressed against each other. She was still on her toes. I was hard, and she could feel it. She slipped her right hand between us and felt my organ in its full length, which made me even harder. I felt the light rubbings over my underpants. My eyes rolled over, or at least I thought they did. I pressed my mouth hardly over her. The gentle kiss turned into a passionate lip lock within seconds. I gently caressed her tongue with mine, just to check if she was willing to be the part of this pleasure. She responded with the same enthusiasm. We played with our tongues for a few seconds, with our eyes closed and lips locked. It was time for me to show some courage. I picked her up. She wrapped her legs round my waist. I and I held her butts to support her weight. She took a sneak I took a sneak look around and found my kitchen island top empty. Took 5 steps and gently placed her on top of the island. We looked at each other. She released her grip on me and placed her hands on the cold granite of the island top. Meanwhile, I stole a kiss from her and then started moving downwards gently, biting her here and there. Her drenched dress was a bit difficult to handle, but I carried on until I reached her thighs. I glanced for her permission. She kept raising her dress until I said I could see her black lingerie. She bit her lower lip and gave me a mischievous smile. My inhibitions had gone away, and I started kissing her. With each kiss, I went deeper. I could hear her soft moans clearly and wondered if the neighbors could hear it as well. Eventually, I planted my lips on her panty, which was all wet. I felt her lips under the fabric and started biting them gently. I removed the thin fabric with my finger and filled my mouth with her lips. Her soft moaning suddenly turned loud. I felt a sudden gush of liquid on my tongue, which was she was dripping hard. I pushed my tongue a bit in the opening. She gave me a soft scream, held my hair with her hands, and pressed my face against her, which made my whole tongue slide into her. I kept eating her for a few minutes, and she kept moaning and pressing me harder. Take me to your room, she said. I picked her up in my arms. She grabbed some tissues placed nearby, wiped my mouth, and kissed me again. I took her to the room and laid on the bed gently, started reaching for her breasts. Take me. Do what you want. Just save my parents, she whispered. A chill ran down my spine. My hands froze. I slowly tore away my face from her bosom and looked at her. Her closed eyes and clenched eyebrows said everything. I hurriedly picked myself up and sat at the other side of the bed, feeling like an unwelcome guest. She had a single tear rolling down her left eye. Upon realizing what was going on, she crouched her knees and lay there sobbing, her sobbing face over them. I gathered my mental strength, approached, and asked her to stop crying and sit beside me. She sat up and turned her face away from me. There was an awkward silence between us. Then she looked at me with a straight face and said, what should I give you to help my parents? You want me? You want my body? Here I am. Do what you want. Just save them. I was so ashamed. I couldn't look at her. With my eyes staring at her feet, I said, I love you, and I don't want to have you this way. Huh, some love. She shrugged off. People would do anything for each other when they are in love. I don't know what kind of love you believe in, which justifies stalking a person but not helping her in need, she said. Her angry face made those words hurt even more. There is a price to pay for everything. My meek voice was suddenly audible to me, but she heard it as well. I don't care. I'm ready to pay any price. If you love me, you would do that. The firm resolve of her voice sounded like an ultimatum. Really? Any price? My tone got serious. Yes, anything, she said firmly. Her back straightened, her breasts wiggled, and her posture suggested that I can do whatever I wanted with her. I looked at her and said, I wish I had more such nights to spend with you. I brought my wrist closer to my lips and murmured, Code 555. Exit loop. Resume 10A23. It's done, I said to her. What? They will be saved? She exclaimed, and I nodded. I kept my gaze focused on her. She was so happy. Thank you, thank you. God, I love you so much. She couldn't contain her excitement. Very quickly, her excitement turned to a skeptical look because she didn't find the same excitement in me. Or maybe because there was no price tag attached to what just happened. I was still sitting there, staring at her. No, 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 no. She leaped and hugged me. No, 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 not this. That's too much to pay. I wrapped my arms around her. I am sorry I was being selfish. Should have done this sooner. It's my guess at that moment. I believe she realized the price was too high for me to pay. She locked her lips onto mine. We kept sitting there, warped and locked onto each other for about a minute. Thereafter, reality around us started becoming transparent. Unfazed by this development, we kept looking at each other until everything was dissolved and a new timeline established. The end. Writer Rajkiran Singh.
आधी रात का समय था और पास ही जंगल में एक बिल्ली दम तोड़ रही थी। उसकी छटपटाहट बता रही थी कि उसे कुछ भीतर से निचोड़ रहा है। थोड़ी देर में बिल्ली को उसके कष्टों से छुटकारा मिल गया। उधर गंगू की पत्नी शीला भागती हुई चौपाल तक आई और अपने पति के दोस्तों को जोर से आवाज लगाई, मेरी मदद करो। उसकी चीख सुनकर गांव वालों का ध्यान उसकी ओर गया। वो बहुत व्याकुल थी, कपड़े अस्त व्यस्त थे और उसके पास से एक तीव्र गंध आ रही थी। शीला ने घबराती हुई आवाज में बताया कि गंगू की हालत बहुत खराब है। उसे तेज बुखार और शरीर से पसीने की जगह कुछ सफेद तरल रिस रहा है। लोगों ने मिलकर गंगू के द्रव्य से सने शरीर को गाड़ी पर लाद लिया, किंतु देर हो चुकी थी। शीला को विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था कि उसने अपना जीवन साथी खो दिया है। गाड़ी में बैठे दूसरे लोग सोच में पड़ गए कि क्या करें, शहर जाए या मृत शरीर को गांव वापस ले जाए। आखिर गंगू को क्या हुआ था? गांव पर कैसी मुसीबत आने वाली थी? क्या गांव वाले उसका सामना कर पाएं? जानने के लिए पढ़ें संक्रामक, अमेज़न और फ्लिपकार्ट पर उपलब्ध। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है।